What's up, guys? This is Jimmy, also known as Jumanji1776. I'm the moderator at Option Goats Trading LLC. We are a Discord server. I am not a licensed financial professional. If you do need financial help, please contact your financial advisor. So, this is the Swing Weekly Recap for July 12th. Today is July 17th on a Saturday. Beautiful morning here in Salt Lake City. Here's our website. If you go to the link down here and you hit join free, it will take you to the server. You will only have access to the general chat, and I share one of my trade ideas every now and then. And if you get the OG Prime membership, you get the Prime membership. Any kind of questions that you may have, we do have a lot of resources within the server. Q&A, the OG Flow bot is becoming really the main reason why people join the OG Prime membership. And if you join right now, we do have a special where if you use the code SPRING30, that's SPRING30, it looks like right there. Instead of paying 60 per month, you'd be paying 30 per month for 3 months. So use that code to your advantage so you can use the membership. You'd have access to all of the chats that we have. Here's that general chat I was talking about. Here's the Prime chat. And then here's our bot. So here's our bot that we have from TradeAddicts. Make sure to follow TradeAddicts on Twitter, Instagram, any kind of social media. This guy is a mad scientist with the bot. He's made trading a lot easier for me. But anyways, so here's a scalping bot, gives you the symbol, the entry, the position, the target, stop loss, potential profit. Repeated flow tells you what options are getting a lot of flow in the morning. Bullseye bot gives you all kinds of different trade ideas. If we click on one of these, like let's say this AAL put buy here, if we click on this link, it'll take us to the TradeAddicts and it'll tell you how much it is up right now. So this chart goes off a 15-minute chart, and this becomes very, very, very helpful, especially if you want to track some of these trades. Let's say if we click on this one right here. This is a bullseye bot. This one looks like, oh, it was still 0-0. Let's see, maybe this one. Down 11%. Let's try, I'm just trying like random ones here. And SQ went up 20%, so this call out for the 240 call went up 20%. It keeps and tracks all the trades, so that becomes very, very helpful. Crypto signals, if you're a crypto trader, it tells you intraday trade out for a reversal or rejections or breakouts. Tells you the entry, the position, the target, stop loss, potential. Crypto breakouts, so these give out crypto, the crypto signals are 24/7. So these give out all the time, all of the time. Large sweeps tells you all the big large sweep orders, large block trades, analyst upgrades, breaking news, bot, insider trading. I mean, the bot basically, you can spend a whole day just looking at some of these signals and kind of figure out any kind of trades that you may want. But anyways, okay, so let's go back. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down here, that Option Goats green emblem that you see down here on the right, and make sure to hit subscribe on the Option Goats Trading YouTube video. I just made a credit spread crash course, so if you have any questions on that, feel free to DM me. I go over how I use call spreads and how I use I basically show how I use the bot and how I set my alerts. One new thing I will mention that we have in our chat is we have a channel where all of my short alerts hit. I just started this on Monday. We went ahead and just started the subscription with it, so that way the members can see all of any kind of alerts that happen on my trading view. So for anyone that's been in the chat for quite some time, you know that I use TradingView. I set a lot of alerts. I have the premium membership, so I can set up to 400 alerts. Friday, there was not a lot of alerts hitting because usually my alerts are resistances. They're not supports. So if we're going down on a day, the alerts aren't really going to go off. But as they're going up, you can use them if you want to short, or you can use them if you want to go long for breakouts. So it's really, I use them for shorting. Does that mean they're always going to go down when you short them? No. Sometimes are they better to go long? Yes. So, you can use that to your advantage. Swing trade ideas. I'm going to go over some of the plays that we had this week. There are a couple plays that I really want to go over. One play that worked out really, really well, and that was the QQQ play that we had this past week. And that's about it. Alrighty, so let's go through the profits page. Good amount of people This week came out green. It was a bit of a wash week, especially with the Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday we went red, but there's nothing really we could have done about that. A lot of information came out for the economy, and we had Powell talking. We had Janet Yellen talking. We had CNBC having an interview with Janet Yellen. Powell was saying a lot of strong stuff in the announcement that he in the meeting that he had this past week, stating a lot of affirmation stuff. Like housing market, the crypto market, regulation. I mean, he really hit everything on the nail. And I'm not sure if the market really reacted to any of that, or maybe that was already priced in. Um, I mean, if we were to pull up Nasdaq on the daily, I mean, we're kind of due. We were a little bit due for a pullback, and this is kind of why the reason why I shorted the Qs is because we were starting to come off a straight, and we had this area right down here where I do think we're going to have a little bit of a retracement in the coming weeks. So I'll be watching that for sure. Okay, so let's look at here. So Warren Buffett had Apple 14% gain on Apple. Nice. Apple had some really good gains this past week. Moderna calls. Looks like he made gains there. CCXI. Looks like he had 55% on Morgan Stanley. For those of you who don't know, Warren Buffett is one of our traders. He posts some of his plays in here. Morgan Stanley had good plays. OIS had some good plays. DFS had some good plays. Clove came out with 115%. We started out green on our ACN spread. I'll go over that here in a bit. Nas just killing it, man, with the Baba. He is a strict day trader, scalp trader, so he made some good profits here on Baba. So good job, Nas. Oh, this was the rest of the day. Here we go. Yeah, so he came out $78 for that one day. Very nice job. Bread and butter. I couldn't agree more, Nas. Good job there. Warren Buffett. Here we go. So Warren Buffett, 59%, 350 gain on DFS. Continuing with Tesla, $373 gains right there, and then Apple 705 gains right there, 198 gains on what is this? JD, nice. And then it looks like he was playing puts for SPY, came out 21%, so nice there. Warren Buffett again, $772. That was on the Apple play. So you're just posting the same play every day, but just updating us on how it's going. Same deal there, 23% on OIS, and then Citigroup, looks like he made a total of 144%, so nice job there. Roku, my iron condors, I'll go over that here in a bit. AMC for Warren Buffett coming out 8% and 30% on some of the other trades. And then he also came out with 26% on honey. So that was really awesome there. Here's that QQQ spread. We ended up actually getting 100% on that. And then our Roku iron condors. That's not even, I mean, I'll go over that play. That's like not even, we got a long way to go. So really excited about my iron condors on Roku. BX, $54 right there. Nice. 132 on space. Moderna, $360 right there. And Pep. Oh yeah, Pep looks like he went long on call, $76 right there. Nice. Warren Buffett, really, really nice trades this past week. Again, this past week was a little weird. You know, a couple things that we were trading over had some retracements. Also, I was going through just some of my tickers, not so much in the Nasdaq, but like things like ACN or BX, or just there's a couple of tickers where I mean we're just still running up. I mean we're still massively running up. Does that put us more at a risk of coming back down? Yes, absolutely. If I pull up the SPY right now, SPY's a little bit different than the Nasdaq, but overall we're still bouncing on the 50 SMA the same way that Qs are. So here's the Qs. Qs will cut before under the 50 SMA a little bit more than the SPY, but the SPY is still adhering to the 50 SMA. Look at that, every dip, but we haven't reached that 50 SMA yet. So I'm really looking forward to the coming weeks here. So, all right, so let's look at some of the trade ideas I had this past week. Let's see, so GNR. Okay, so here is Qs. So let's pull up the hourly. So I went ahead and shorted, I think it was right here. Let me see. Let's make this smaller, shall we? There we go. I think it was right there. There we go. That's where we shorted our credit spread. Okay, anyways, okay, so we're selling the 340. Oh, whoops, we got a little too back there. Let's see. Last week, yeah, we knocked it out of the park last week with Facebook and AMD. This week was a little bit slower. So this Q spread, I sold the 361 and bought the 362 calls, and I collected a premium of 52 bucks. My max loss is $48. I really liked this play when we started out because Q started to go up like this, and then it popped. It was starting to reject this line, which was a really good sign. If we were going to keep going up, I don't think we were going to come back down. And so we rejected here, came back down red here, back down here. Now our spread was 361, 362, and then it expired at 357. So what does that mean? We collected the 100% premium. This was a 100% trade. I'm really, really happy about this trade. So that means on Monday, we're going to get our full $100 credit back. So this was a successful trade. So super, super happy about that. Let's keep going. ACN. So here's another trade that I had. This one kept going a little higher, except on Friday we got a little bit more bearish, which now we're kind of back to where we started. Okay, so this was the day that we shorted it. Was the day that I thought it was finding a resistance, which was this day right here. You see how we have a this candlestick right here, our hammer candlestick. It's a hard rejection at the top. You know, if I were to make a line right here and put it right there on the daily, you know, let's stretch this out a little bit more. So it rejected at 316 and then it rejected at 317. It still came back big on Friday. So let's go back to the hourly real quick. Still came back down big on Friday. In fact, it kind of opened here at 316 and didn't even give it enough time for it to come back, or for it to come back down. It went all the way as low as 312. So what does that mean? Our spread is for 310, 312.50. So, and it's for next Friday. So ACN, sell the call vertical spread. We're selling the 310, buying the 312.50, and this is for next Friday. So we held it throughout this whole week. It came down this day and then it came back up. You know, up here we were probably about 50-60% loss. Was I still confident in the trade? Let's look at the daily. Look at this daily. Let's pull up a couple other indicators here. So what can we deduce here? So I like to use the IMI when I'm shorting. So here you can see big moves are coming up. This is kind of when I shorted it. Was right there. Okay, let's just take that out. Was right here, okay? And IMI was hitting green. It went even higher, and that gave me even more reason that I was going to come back down. Same with the RSI. It was oversold up here. I mean, it was stretching. This was a really good trade because it wasn't really stretching up here. I mean, it was still stretching, but look how fast it went up on this advance right here. The MACD, the blue line is starting to point down, RSI is pointing down, and the IMI is starting to come back down. I wouldn't be surprised if come Monday, if we gap up, because I had a feeling that we're going to gap up on Monday. We're going to gap up to 314, but we're still going to continue this trend where hopefully that we get back down to the 200 SMA. So I'm really excited about ACN in the coming weeks. We are down on it right now, but again, not too worried about it. You know, this one I'm going to most likely hold till max profit because I know I have a really good feeling that this is going to come back down at least close to the 200 SMA, or at least if it comes down to 307 or 308 next week, we're going to be able to collect at least 50 to 60% of our profit, which would be 50 bucks to 80% or $80 of our profit. In that case, we most likely would collect on that gains. So still really liking that play. Let's keep going. So here's PEP. Okay, so PEP is a little bit of a different story. So PEP had this ER, and it rocked it. I mean, it had a really good ER. So what did we do? Let's see here. And I'm still surprised with this. We bought the 150. We sold the 152.50. We collected 143 bucks. What I really liked about that play was that the max loss was 107. So this was right after ER. It was in the morning. The premium was, excuse me, the premium was really high. It was really juicy. And we got to do it while the stock was at, we got to do it when the stock was right about here at 152.90. Okay, now it bounced up here, came up here. It's starting to reject here at 156. So this is a line that I'm going to start using here. Let's see if I can, right there. We're gonna use that liberally and put it at the top of the tails. And so right now we're gonna find, I'm pretty sure we're gonna Pepsi is gonna be in a range up here where we might find ourselves back in the 151, 150 range. Is it really likely? I still think so. Pepsi is one of those stocks that, these aren't really growth stocks. I mean, if we look at the weekly, it doesn't advance very fast. This was October 2018 was at 111, and then it was at 133 in September of 2019. That was only about a 20% increase in 12 months. Now you might be saying like, oh, Jim, that's still a lot. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's not a lot. There's a lot of times where it hits up high here, hits up high here, 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 here. A lot of times where it hits up high, but then it just comes right back down. Were we maybe early on the play? Possibly. If I were to go back and I would have waited, I probably would have sold the 150, 250, 155. Now that it's found this new range above, I didn't think it was going to go parabolic for the past week. As you can see from the MACD and the RSI, it's looking like it's topping up here, but it just keeps increasing. So I'm not sure on this play. I'm still confident, going into next week if the NASDAQ and SPY and IWM indices are starting to look a bit more bearish. This is definitely a stock that we might find ourselves on the right side of the trade. So still looking forward to it. We're not out of it yet. Maximums is only $107, so it's not a big deal. The risk reward was outrageous, and I really couldn't help myself but to sell premium on that trade. So really, really liking that play. Okay, so let's keep going here. Okay, so here's one play that I really, really liked going into the coming months is Roku. Now let's pull up the daily on Roku. Here we go. Okay, so Roku. So what did we do here? So we sold 2 iron condors. We sold we bought the 380p put, we sold the 385 put, we sold the 390 call, and then we bought the 395 call. So this is for for September 17th. So if I go September 17th, right here, that's our expiration. We sold each iron condor for $475. We sold 2 of them. So we collected $950 in premium. Our max loss is $50. Let me repeat that. The premium collected was $950. The loss was $50. Theoretically speaking, if Roku is between 385 and 390 on September 17th, we would collect a premium of $950. Okay, am I gonna wait that long? Probably not. What I'm really looking for is I'm looking for beyond August 2nd, into August 2nd, and into September, if this stock is going to be crossing and mingling with the 385, 390 area, we will be able to come out with 250, 300, maybe even 500%. Now that sounds really big, but what that is that we're going to either come out with 200 or 250 bucks profit. Okay, the closer we are to September and the more closer we are to 385, 390, the more premium we're going to be able to collect during that time. Right now, we are at a gain of, let's see, right now we're at a gain of 8%, and that's only $74. Okay, so we're looking really, really good right now, especially with the ways the stock is moving. It's definitely finding its range. Now, this is a support. Now, the reason why I picked 385 and 390 is that if it does bounce on this support of 374, it'll start evening out. 2 things will happen. 1, the IV will be dampened, and 2, we will be around this range of 385, 390. So I really, really like the play. Earnings is August 11th. It's going to be a deciding factor depending on where the stock is, what earnings is going to bring to us. Because if it's going to be a stalemate, I'd rather not have to close the spread before August 2nd, but I also don't want to close it before the earnings because the premium will be pumped up, in which case I don't want to have to buy the premium before earnings. I'd rather have to buy the iron condors after earnings, so that way the premium is dampened. Okay, I really, really like this play. I'm definitely going to have a lot more iron condors in the coming weeks, just because it's starting to become, I do a lot of credit spreads, but iron condors, what that is just 2 credit spreads and just evening out on an area. So I'm really looking forward to that play. Really, really liking it. Overall this week, let's take a look at the indices. So let's take a look at SPY. So here's SPY. get all my junk out of here. So there's SPY, big red day on SPY right here. We might trace back to the 50 SMA. We're really looking forward to see what we do there. I wouldn't be surprised if we cut below the 50 SMA this time. We might even bounce back like we did in March. But I really like the way the SPY's been moving. Again, if you watch my videos, I mean, we're kind of at an angle where, look at this bent 50 SMA. I mean, are we oversold? I think so. Is it time for a pullback? I think so. So that's SPY. Let's take a look at Qs. Qs are looking at, they're still overbought. Not oversold. Overbought. Same with Qs. If we look at the Dow Jones, so Dow Jones, I'm really liking for a call spread. We've hit a double top here. Let's move up the daily. A double top. It rejected this hard 350 really hard, and then it hit the 35 again right here. Didn't even hit my alert, which is I would have probably sold premium on Friday had I was looking at the DIA. So that one we're looking at. IWM. Look at this. So I'm going to set my alert right now for IWM. So here's that link I was telling you about, my TradingView link. So all my alerts will go back. This will be actually a long alert. I really like IWM. So I'm watching IWM. If the stock comes down to this, it'll most likely hit the 200 SMA, in which case we can reevaluate, reassess, and see what kind of trade that we can pull there. I'd rather short IWM. I'm not really a big fan of going long at IWM since it's had this big run up. As you can see, why I've already had alert up top here. But I'm still watching it. So okay, so that's it. Oh, and then let's pick our Hall of Fame winner. So for those of you that don't know, what we do every week is we pick a Hall of Fame weekly winner, and at the end of the month we pick one out of the 4 winners to win $50. What we do is we just Zelle or Venmo that money to you. Use that money for trading. Use that money for whatever. So yeah. So what we will do, let's see here. So let's do this. Let's go to, let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. I already know who it is too. It's going to be Matthew. Here we go. Matthew, here we go. So Matthew played snow calls on Monday, came out with 44% profit, and he did the double dip. Excuse me. This was the first one. He came out 81% on snow calls on Monday. And then on Tuesday, he did for a double dip and played snow calls again and came out 44%. So Matthew, congratulations. You're going to be entered into the monthly Hall of Fame. You won the weekly Hall of Fame, Matthew. So at the end of the month, we will choose between you and I believe recovering one last week and 2 others to see if you win the 50%. But look at this. Man, awesome, man. Awesome on the 12th and 13th. So let's look at Snow real quick. This is what he did. These were day trades that he had on the hourly. Let's see, so 12. So here was the dip, right? So here's the dip he played here, and then he came out with 80% profit. So here's the 80% profit right here. He played the dip, came back up, played 80% there, and then the next day he even played for the double dip and came out with 44% profit for this pop-up right here. So good job, Matthew. You won the Hall of Fame. Look out for your name at the end of the month, and we'll go from there. So thank you guys for watching the video. Please please like and subscribe at the bottom of the video. Any kind of questions, please check out our other videos that we have. Credit spread crash courses on there. I also made not a credit spread crash course, there's the credit spread crash course, and then we have the debit spread crash course. If you have any ideas of any other crash courses, if you're watching this video, if you're watching this video, you like the videos, you enjoy them. If you have any other suggestions on any kind of crash courses that you may want, iron condors, options 101, or maybe just using the 50 SMA. I have another video where I use the 50 and 200 SMA on the SPY. Any kind of other ideas or requests, just hit me up, DM me. You can contact me through the website. You can also just contact me freely on the Option Goats trading server. So again, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great week. Already excited for next week. We'll see what we can do trading wise and swing trading wise and with the iron condors that we have this upcoming week. Have a great weekend and see you guys next time.